Alright, I'm going.
I'm also going.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 135th episode of the Poorly Planned Podcast. My name is Benedict. You may know me better as BHL Hudson. Here we talk about movies, TV shows, a bunch of nonsense. With me, as always, is my friend, co-host, and soon-to-be tattooed once you're listening to this, buddy, Frederick. So we are actually recording this the same day as episode 134, which means it is May 2nd currently, because I'm going to be off in Portugal this week, so we won't have time to record. But we still want to get a pod up there, so we're doing a little pre-recorded thing. Of course,
still gotta get a pod out for the fans.
Yeah, but yeah, so we're still you're still untattooed, but coming this week, and potentially, hopefully, and yeah, and I'll be off enjoying the Portuguese sun at this time next week.
God, that sounds so good. What's the climate / weather like in Portugal right now?
I don't know. I think it's warm. Who knows? I'm going to Lisbon. It's like a beach pretty close by.
Find out you need to pack ski clothes.
I've never been, so yeah, it could be mountainous. We got our Airbnb, so should be a fun old time.
That does sound very good.
I do, yeah. I guess if we were to open the pod with a little anecdote, and I will be ASMRing this anecdote because I do have it does regard the people I live with, and I don't know if I want them to hear me telling this anecdote, but it's the dumbest anecdote of all anecdotes. There are time codes down below, by the way.
Last episode, you said it was an assertion of dominance. Did you say?
It's so dumb. So look, okay. Generally speaking, I would say I have a good relationship with my flatmates. You know, we have a good time. We hang out occasionally. We see each other around. We're like, hey, what's up? Talk a bit. It's all good. I've been a little more busy this semester with a few other things, so I haven't seen them as much as I did last semester, so communication isn't as strong as it used to be. Okay. And I also...
They're all sitting having bingo night in the kitchen, and then you walk through completely naked, just wide-eyed. I'll see you guys later.
And I will say, nothing against them personally, but they are a tad on the messier side in the shared kitchen. But it is what it is. I keep my area, my way, and they do their thing. It's all good. But then the other day, not the other day, 2 weeks ago, I walk out, or 1 week ago, whatever. I walk out of my door and I find 2 bags of people's trash, kind not in front of my door, but close enough to my door for it to be a little weird. I'm like, okay, strange, because it's not out of the ordinary to find trash in the halls with my flatmates, I'm not gonna lie.
With the pigs I live with.
Just on occasion, I was like, okay, kind of weird. It was there for a day, and then they got rid of it, and I was like, okay, that's whatever. But then they left behind a very small empty vodka bottle and an empty can of soda or something, by my door. Not in front of, but next to. Yeah. And I was just confused by how did you...
What power play they had going?
Well, I don't know if this was a prank of sorts or a threat or something. I didn't mention it because I was like, okay, whatever. But I was like, how did you pick up the trash that you had there? But for some reason you left 2 of the items. And so it just stayed there for a week. And it kind of was playing on my head. And every time I walked past it, I was like, what is the game here? Again, I see them all on a daily basis. I could just ask, but I was like, I don't know. I don't want to be that guy if they just forgot
something's
some trash.
Afoot here.
But so then anyway, I was walking there with my girlfriend, so I thought it'd be a big hilarious meme to kick the can down the hall. Turns out the can was full, and so I did in fact kick a full can of soda down the hall and just kind of sprayed on the side, and I was like, oh, god damn it. And I was like, okay, we were on our way out, so I was like, look, they left it there. So
look, it's not my bag.
I could just say hypothetically I tripped on it or something. I didn't. So I was like, okay, if I get back and it's still there, whatever, I'll clean it, whatever. But and so then I get back and they're both gone. So I think I won the power play war that was at play here, but I don't understand what dynamic we just had. And I guess...
Damn. And you still don't know who was involved?
No idea. So very confusing. I'll be perfectly honest. I was not going to clean it up when I got back. I was like, you guys left your trash here. You
it could be your security guard.
Oh yeah, that's a story from off the pod. So anyway, I think I won the war. I think I may have won the battle but lost the war. I don't know. Anyway.
Or the other way around.
That's a good point.
Who knows?
So psychological warfare going on here in my flat. Again, lovely people.
It sounds very horror movie-esque.
I think
next thing you know, you're gonna wake up with like a horse's head in your bed.
Yeah, I think it was just like a mistake or something, but it was a very confusing moment. Anyway, if they're listening to this, you're great. Just a confusing thing. If someone wants to explain that to me, I could just ask, but I'm not going to because I don't like to.
I'm not going to because
revel in the tea.
That's a beta move. People come to me.
That I'd lose the war. But anyway, that's how my life is going. Really, really exciting stuff there.
Yeah, so there was a vodka bottle and a can outside my door for a week, and then I kicked the can, and then the can wasn't there anymore.
So I'm an alpha ?
So I think I won this flat dominance war. That was definitely being played and not just someone who accidentally forgot. I feel like there's something that's kept you up at night like multiple times. Like, what do they want? What are they trying to do? Meanwhile, freaking your flatmate is just sitting there like, a bit dirty out in the hall.
Oh, you almost made me choke on my water. Yeah, I just imagine they're like, has anyone seen my can of soda? I mean, I'm just kicking it down the hall.
Walk out the door.
Rage.
The wall is just sprayed with the contents. On the side of the can, it says, "Kind regards, BHL Hudson."
I write with the soda on the wall, "I'll see you soon."
Don't leave soda here again.
I just burst out from behind the corner. I won!
Just have no idea what you're on about.
Hey, we haven't seen you in weeks. Have you come out of you smell really bad. Where have you been?
You're officially listed as missing.
We heard you were dead. Anyway, so
meanwhile, you've just been flatting out this, trying to figure out what this elaborate scheme is that's going on in your hallway.
Anyway, so yeah, that's my life. Anyway, today we're revisiting a classic series on the pod. Characters we could beat up. And this is, in fact, part 5.
Part 5.
We haven't done this in 5 months, though, so I feel like we waited long enough. It's fresh.
Yeah, 5 months. It's like, what, 20 episodes? More than 20 episodes.
Yeah. So, in this series, we go over, we randomly generate and or think of a character from a film, a TV show, whatever. And we discuss whether I, BHL Hudson, kicker of cans, and you, FDK Gaming...
Lover of women.
Why do I get such a lame subtitle?
You literally gave yourself your own. My name is BHL Hudson, kicker of cans. But you can choose any, name for yourself.
Fine, my name is BHL Hudson, the Monkey King. And you can be FDK Gaming, lover of women. Fine, okay, it's settled. Anyway...
Where the fuck did the monkey King come from?
That's what I yell when I jump out from behind the corner. I am BHL Hudson, the Monkey King. I throw the bottle back at him.
You throw your own shit at them?
I run past my room monkey style.
I cannot imagine the horrors of you running monkey style.
They don't even know I've been living here this whole time. I thought this was like an empty spare room.
Little did they know it was the home of the world-renowned Monkey King.
Anyway, so for those who are not in the know, look, at the moment we're both not in peak physical condition, I would say, but generally speaking, we're generally in shape men, I would say, probably.
I'd say so. Yeah. You've got the power. I've got the height and reach.
Got the power. I do a bit of boxing.
I've done some karate before. I like to think of myself as pretty quick. Good stamina.
And we both have the hearts of champions.
And we're both disciples of the Monkey King.
So anyway, we're just going to talk about if we could beat up these characters from movies or TV shows. Also, as I put in the description on these things, this is all just a bit of fun, especially if we mention a real person. This is not meant in any way as a threat or a serious thing. This is all a little bit of a goofy fun time. We're just joking.
Goofy fun time, yeah.
First of all...
let's just make it clear that it is the two of us against this one character, unless it's like a group of characters that come up.
Yeah.
And it's just it's a battle of fisticuffs. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, if they have like a distinct weapon that they need to have, I guess. But basically, we're just meeting in the street. We're meeting in my accommodation hallway, and we're just throwing down. And by the way, we've both never really been in a fight for real. So,
yeah.
But that doesn't matter. We're built different, you know.
Yeah, we are built different.
So, our first matchup. I've started us off with a very tough one here, maybe to keep us a little humble. I think you know where I'm going with this. It is, in fact, the most notorious Hawaiian criminal who's ever walked this earth.
Oh, goodness.
Ezra Miller.
Ezra Miller.
And for the record, this was recorded on May 2nd, so if he's done more things by the time this comes out, we don't know about it. He's been arrested, I think, 3 times in the past few weeks. He's throwing chairs. He's tackling people. He's clearly on a rampage. Yeah,
he's clearly on a rampage that is not in control. I will say, he does not look like a man who could beat the two of us up.
No, I do not think he could take on the raw power of the Poorly Planned podcast. Didn't feel like saying that.
Never said with less conviction.
He is a scary individual, and he clearly has the aggression for it. But yeah, I think the two of us, I don't know, I think his rage, he could have, if he finds a chair or something like that. He's also apparently a big lunger and whipper open of doors. I don't know. I think he could catch us by surprise, maybe.
I think he could catch us by surprise. But if we're meeting in the street, which is what we're basing most of these fights off, I do believe we might just take home a dub.
I think if we're prepared for him, yes. If we're not, if he comes out of nowhere, we're doomed. But if we're prepared, I think we take this one home.
Come scuttling out of some alley.
All right, fine. We'll take that. Although it'll be a tough battle. Put it like that.
It will be a tough battle. I do think it will.
I have another one, unless you have one you have ready to go. Otherwise, I've got this random movie generator.
Yeah, you just hit us with the random movie. I'll think of some and say them later.
All right, this one I'm going to enjoy because I did not like his movie. Arlo, the Good Dinosaur.
This one I'm going to enjoy.
So have you seen The Good Dinosaur?
Let me just look it up, because
it's an extremely generic Pixar movie about a good dinosaur.
I mean, he is a freaking brontosaurus.
But he's a child dinosaur, which means he knows nothing about life. The whole movie is him being like, "What's this thing? It's a thing. I'm learning about life."
It's like, Arlo, that's a piece of grass.
Realistically, I guess he is a dinosaur. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. I'm just dealing with obnoxious people living an obnoxious life, of whom I care obnoxiously little about.
God, we both have just wonderful flatmate times, don't we?
Legit, I'll give a little flatmate story here.
Oh, please.
I walked out this morning, and yesterday morning, and one of my flatmates had been out in town, drinking, and I walk out, and she got home very late, very drunk apparently, and I come back. I walk out to get. I need to go pick up some eggs for breakfast, right? And I step outside. I open my door, and there's just a full kebab pizza just lying face down on our staircase. I'm like, what's going on here? And then one of them texts. I send a picture in our chat, so what's the chat here? And they're like, sorry, we were drunk last night. I was like, okay, that does not explain why there is a full kebab pizza on my steps.
I do not see a link between A and B here, ma'am.
Anyway, sorry. Back on track.
Sorry, Arlo.
So Arlo, he's big. If we were to size compare us here, I think we would probably reach to about Arlo's shoulder.
Yeah. He's not very violent. He's a good dinosaur. He's the good dinosaur.
And we're a couple of bad boys.
So I do think we would take him out in unfortunately brutal fashion. I feel like we shouldn't go too hard on the children's movie characters.
No, but you didn't like Arlo, so what's the game plan here? There's a lot of neck to garrote, is all I'm saying.
Well, I think we have an unfortunate garrote. We come back to that very often. And look, I saw it in a Hitman game once, and I thought it was but I
thought it was hilarious.
It was an intense thing, and so that's why I bring it up. But there's a lot of neck to garrote, you're right. I mean, there's a lot of neck to hatchet, if we're being perfectly honest. I feel like a very evil butcher. You know something funny, though, and I definitely should not be poking the bear on this, and I might cut this out. Since we monetized the pod, which, by the way, we did, yay, go us, there are a couple things where you have to, not testify. You have to show up in court Depp style. You have to provide.
Show up in court Depp style.
The only person to ever go to court.
The only person to ever be involved in a lawsuit.
You have to.
Yeah, so I had to do some legal stuff. Johnny moment, am I right?
But so we have to sorry, I'm just imagining meeting a lawyer now, and you're like, oh, you do that Depp stuff, right? That's you. You're like Johnny.
Oh, you're an associate of Johnny's.
So you have to submit whether it's appropriate for advertisers, and one of the things is violence against children's properties characters or something. And but technically we never show anything, or we just talk jokingly about it. We never do anything, obviously. We don't actually find Arlo, the good dinosaur. I did submit those. I did appeal. I was like, these are appropriate for advertisers. And they got back to me and they're like, yes, they are. So I guess we're in the clear.
I guess it's all right. I mean, just for safety's sake, on Arlo, I guess we can find a less gruesome way than garroting to kill him.
Yes, or hatcheting. I think maybe a chloroform and then a peaceful sleep and then running over his head with a tractor.
I reckon chloroform, but instead of chloroform, it's hydrochloric acid. And we just melt his face slowly.
Oh no! I showed my girlfriend the Olaf thing, and she was genuinely horrified. And I was like, that's fair. I think. Yeah, okay, no, we put him to sleep gently and in a respectful manner. Moving on.
And then we drive a forklift over him. Anyways, okay. All I know is that we win this one against Arlo.
We just get in a semi-truck and just splatter. Anyway, all right, let's see. Let's generate some more stuff here. Smaug. No, we've already done Smaug, haven't we? Have we done Smaug? We've done so many at this point. I don't know. Okay, I'll generate someone else. Also, we'd lose to Smaug. I think it's
safe to you say that Smaug was even up for debate.
Let's see. How about Chris Pine from the movie Wonder Woman? Stephen Trevor, the Trevor
Slattery. I mean, realistically, it's Chris Pine first of all.
Buff man,
beautiful man. And buff.
He's also military trained. I don't see this going very well for us.
I don't see. Yeah, no. I mean, he is a bit of a wuss at times, but at the same time, that's just because he's compared to Wonder Woman.
Also, he kicks a lot of ass. I mean, he headbutts a guy in an alley. He's fearless.
Yeah, he kicks ass and we kick cans. Who wins?
I think we gotta go with Steve Trevor. Also, sorry you can hear my computer sweating in the background. I don't know why it's doing that.
I can't really hear it, so I don't know if the audio recording will pick it up, but it should be okay.
You know what we gotta do? We gotta throw in a couple of topical ones for that thumbnail action. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, topical. I reckon.
Oh wait, shit! I forgot to put Moon Knight in the menu reviews. Whatever, we'll do it next time when it's fully finished. Shit. All right, Moon Knight.
Moon Knight, but not Moon Knight. Just Oscar Isaac being British.
Okay, Oscar Isaac as British man. First of all, okay, yeah, Moon Knight. The actual Moon Knight would kill us very swiftly. He has a moon thing that he throws. You know what though? I mean, kind of spoilers for Moon Knight. It happens in the second episode, but I guess I shouldn't tell you.
Nah, you don't tell me.
He's on the poster, though. I mean, okay, there are different versions of Moon Knight, basically. Okay. And one of them is a British Oscar Isaac version, where he's the one. Have you seen the one of him in a suit, and he has like a mask as a suit?
I've seen very little of it, honestly.
Okay. Anyway, okay, fine. Oscar Isaac, the British man. Well, this is
really torn you.
Well, because Oscar Isaac, British man, is helpless, but he's also the same man as the ass kicker, super violent man, and they switch between them, especially when he gets in a bit of trouble. Like when he gets in a bit of combat, then he phases out, especially in the first episode.
Okay. I'll help you out. Oscar Isaac in Dune.
Oscar Isaac in Dune. He'd probably beat us. He's like a military general.
I mean, he's a military. No, he's like a head of a great family, but he looks like he hasn't seen action in a while.
Because he doesn't do much fighting. I'm thinking of Josh Brolin when he does that little fight in the training room. But all he really does is say,
Oscar Isaac. I was thinking of Josh Brolin.
You'd still be the only thing that I need you to be. My son. No, I think we'd beat Oscar Isaac. Plus, we've never been naked and tied up by Alexander Skarsgård.
Exactly. I mean, I want it to happen, but it hasn't.
Ace Ventura.
Ooh.
I have not seen Ace Ventura.
I've seen Ace Ventura. That is very I mean, it's Jim Carrey in his peak, and he was a slippery little fella.
That is peak Carrey physical acting ability.
It is. Like, he could probably, like, just morph around all our fists.
Yeah, he does remind me of like a Plastic Man when he was in his prime. He was just like boogieing around, and yeah, he was unstoppable. He was a fucking legend, actually.
I mean, he doesn't seem like he could pack much of a punch, but I think he could easily evade a lot of our punches.
Yeah, and I guess does Ace Ventura have the power of animals on his side? Could he pull up a rhinoceros's like asshole to fight us?
I forget. It's so long since I've watched it. Like, what did you just say?
Genuine shock and horror in your eyes. I said, could he pull up a rhinoceros's asshole to fight us? Because he comes out of a rhinoceros's asshole in one of the movies, doesn't he?
He does, but I think that's when he's hiding in a rhinoceros.
Well, maybe he could he could disguise himself as we are chasing him through the streets of Copenhagen by being in a rhinoceros's asshole and then surprise attack us.
So what you're saying is that he could beat us, but it'd be an evasive maneuver on his part, and then he'd jump out of an animal's anus and attack us.
Yeah, but what if we discover which animal's anus he's in, and we throw the animal in a river, but then save the animal before it dies, but leave Carrie in to die?
I like this plan. Simple and easy to pull off.
Okay, so we push the rhinoceros in the river, but then we pull it out just in time for it to live, but Carrie has deceased inside.
Also, I like how in the scenario that the moment the animal hits the river, Carrie's just ejected out the anus. Like a freaking human torpedo. He's shot miles underwater.
I just love that idea. Just like when someone there's like a lot of pressure and someone just squeezes something together, it just... Okay, easy dub against Ace Ventura.
Yeah, I mean, following that...
Easy dub is a generous way of putting it.
A generous way to put it.
So get him inside
the most simple victory we'll ever get.
Okay, here's a good one. Oh, sorry, do you have one?
Okay. I do have one. Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle, the actor. Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle, the religious ruler. So Don Cheadle, he seems insane.
Does he? What?
He does.
He seems like the most normal man. You know the picture on Wikipedia that they have of him where he looks so nervous? That is not an insane man. That is a very, very normal, scared man. You're right, he does have kind of crazy actor strength. And, you know, he's... realizes what I'm
really
doing with
nervous.
my time. Realize I have 2 exams coming up and I'm sitting here talking about Don Cheadle's merits in a fist fight against us.
Realizes I genuinely very much should be studying for my 4-hour exam tomorrow.
I guess we beat Don Cheadle. Sorry, Don. All right, let's see. Okay. The Hangover crew.
Ooh. The Hangover crew. I see.
I believe they're called the Wolfpack as well. I realized a very iconic group of people. I'm just like, those people from The Hangover.
I mean, okay, I've got a very good strategy for this one. You do, as we have established on many occasions.
I don't know if we've ever said it on the pod.
You are, I think we have.
Okay.
You are the spitting image of Doug.
I take that as a compliment, but I don't see it.
You are the spitting image. I also do not see it at all now. I don't know why it started, but you are the spitting image of Dougaroo.
Doug,
now,
AKA
hear me out.
Nicolas Cage's friend from National Treasure.
Yes. As he's otherwise known as. Hear me out. In this scenario, Doug is gone. He's dead in a ditch, wherever. And they're out looking for him. And then you stroll up, and they're like, oh my god, Doug. And they're so overwhelmed with joy that Galifianakis' heart just gives out. And the other two rush over to hug you. And that's when I jump out from the hole in this mole hole from the ground I dug. And I slice their calves.
Ooh, that's
and then you knee them in the face as they fall. And we high-five and leave. Goodness.
So that's an effective, also very simple plan I can get behind. So Galifianakis is just out.
He's just dead.
Just immediately, immediate ejection from rhinoceros anus. Okay.
Actually, If we're clever about this, we could point Ace Ventura in the direction of the Hangover boys, and he'll take them out for us.
Yeah. He just
Right.
light it up like a cannon. Anyway.
Realistically here,
Yeah.
I think Cooper's
a bit of a badass.
Cooper is a bit of a badass. If it was two of them, Cooper and any of the other two, we could beat them. But the fact that they are three...
They all take a lot of damage in those films.
They do. So I guess their pain tolerance is quite high, and they are three, and they are the Wolfpack.
And they have teamwork on their side.
Which we do not.
No, we hate each other.
So, I don't know. It's a tough one. What do you think?
I think 4 of them... I guess Doug isn't there.
You are Doug.
Right, sorry. God. All right, yeah, I get... sure. Okay, they win. No, they win. There's 3 of them.
I think
2 of them are pretty good in a fight, and Ed Helms, I guess, can take some damage.
Yeah. I think one of us could be an equal match to Cooper, but then the other 2 would overwhelm the other person and then come to Cooper's aid, and we would lose valiantly.
I agree. The Batman's penguin.
Okay.
Is he at all fightingly competent?
How easy could I kill him?
Yes, it's such a psychotic way of putting it. How many seconds would it take to triumph, much as I triumph over my flatmates in the incident of the hallway of 2022?
In the incident of the can, which will go down in history.
I mean, he's good in a car chase.
He is good in a car chase.
So that really helps him in this fisticuffs battle.
He's pretty good on the road. Okay. So is he a boxer?
He has like...
I mean, I'm sure he's done some pretty bad stuff.
Yeah,
like,
he's probably bitten people's like noses off. That's like a gangster thing to do, right?
Probably the least gangster man with like the least gangster knowledge any man could ever have. I think he's bit someone. That's pretty gangster, isn't it?
I mean, objectively.
Objectively it is. I think it's a good shout, but I do think that we would probably beat him with your power. My little, I'll do a little sneak around and then hit him on the top of the head.
How about like you pull a string and then like a grand piano falls on him?
That was going to be my second go-to tactic.
Right? It's always the
zombie kill of the week. Ooh, I've got one here.
Okay.
Ice Cube.
just we'd easily lose to Ice Cube. Are you kidding me?
Do you think so? He's so short.
Okay, first of all, how tall is he? It's 5'7". That's not that short. That's like the average height of a man, probably.
But you're like 2-3 inches taller than him.
I know, but also he's Ice Cube. He's a badass. No, we would lose that so badly.
Do you think so?
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Don't insult me.
Don't insult my knowledge of how badly we would lose to Ice Cube, please.
I have a good one.
Okay.
And by good one, I mean, I don't know why I think this is a good one, but I feel like it'd be funny. Matt Damon's The Martian.
This is not someone we're fighting. It's just a movie pitch you've made. Matt Damon's The Martian.
So, Matt Damon in The Martian. Mark Watney. He, I say, in this scenario, we find him in his little Mars house. And
God, he's living peacefully, growing his potatoes with his own poop.
I say we go up very sneakily and just like we're in our astronaut suits, of course, and then we just take a little knife and we cut a hole in the side of his little peaceful home, and then he just flies out and dies on Mars, and then we eat his potatoes.
The ultimate lack of respect after a fight. You kill a man on Mars, then you eat his potatoes.
Do you think those things tasted good, or did they taste like poop?
I mean, I think normal potatoes use manure to grow, and they don't taste
good. That's a very good point.
However, I did see Damon sitting with like a little syringe, and I heard he would like infuse each potato with a bit of his own shit.
Hitch.
What?
Starring Will Smith.
Bitch?
Hitch.
Which one?
Hitch.
I don't know which one that is.
I haven't seen it. It's with Will Smith. It's just this hilarious poster where it's It just says Will Smith is Hitch, and it's just him standing over. What is this poster? Let me send this to you. This is a very famous movie. It's some romantic comedy or something. Look at how ridiculous this poster is.
Okay, let's just do Will Smith from the Oscars.
We have, and this is a redux because we have done Will Smith in the past, where before he went on his, rampage.
Big Willie style rampage.
At the Oscars, I think he has the element of surprise in his hands because no one saw that coming.
I know, but now we do. Now he's...
That's a good point.
Now we know what's up.
He's lost his element of surprise.
However, I think we could probably beat Big Willie style normally. However, you've just insulted his wife.
Ooh. So I'm gonna die today.
Ooh, let me see what you've.
I sent you the poster for Hitch. What is
God,
that
you look
poster,
so nutty.
Right? What does that poster tell you about the movie? Honestly, so confused.
It tells me that things are about to get real nasty. Things are about to get steamy. Goddamn.
So
what is that outfit?
It's such a confusing movie poster. If you aren't looking at it, look up the poster for the Hitch starring Will Smith. Look at those shoes. I mean, the shoes are the most normal part, but still look at how he's standing. And the
very
little
shiny belt with a blue shirt and then what's he doing?
And then a shirt and then a corduroy jacket. He looks like he's what is this face saying?
He looks like he's a mattress salesman.
Who has sex on all of his own mattresses. Anyway, yeah, Will Smith at the Oscars, I think, gets the best of us just via surprise.
But we know it's coming. This is us walking up to a man in the street that we know we're gonna fight. How would he surprise us? I don't think you know the concept of what this episode is.
You're right, I don't. Okay, fine. I guess we beat Will Smith again then. He has a little more rage this time in the rematch.
Yeah.
We still...
I mean, one of us will take a nasty slap, but I might have to hear some profanity, but otherwise I think we'll
It wasn't even that nasty. I'm just saying his form was terrible. Not that I've slapped someone once in my life, anyway.
You slap many of people.
I think we have to hit at least once in this episode. Morbius? So he has fart dust powers, and he has bats on his side.
He did defeat Milo as well.
He did.
World-renowned superstar.
World-renowned pelvic thruster of a man.
My name's Milo. Pelvic thruster.
He's also the worst character in anything ever.
True.
And I think just
we
based
could beat him
that,
on sheer just morale, but
yeah. Just his own terribleness.
I mean, who are we kidding? Dr. Michael Morbius. He's kind of a badass.
I mean, I guess he does have some dope powers.
I guess he will win against us. Let's just
Boo.
put it that way. Now I've got something that I thought of before when we were talking Ace Ventura, elephant / rhinoceros butthole.
Gotcha.
The Brothers Grimsby.
I hate to say I did get an image of them stuck inside an elephant's vagina.
Vagina.
I've only seen half of that movie, but isn't Mark Strong like an actual super
the
spy?
governor.
Yeah,
the governor is a super spy.
Yeah.
However, he is constantly hindered by his tomfoolerish brother in Borat.
But is his tomfoolerish brother not... Doesn't his tomfoolery kind of help him out in certain situations? Like he accidentally...
it does sometimes, but other times he gets him stuck in an elephant's vagina or shot in the butt, you know?
That is a good point. I guess if we get the same animal that we put H. Ventura in...
True. If we stand on either side of the elephant and we just go 3, 2, 1 and rush each side, they'll just shoot out. However, they'll shoot out towards the exit, which is blocked by a massive elephant penis. And therefore they'll just be crushed to death.
Okay. Vivid. So death by elephant penis, I think is how we're doing that.
Yeah.
Cool.
In this classic battle of fisticuffs.
So yeah, we've run into him on the street and death by elephant penis. I guess we could do Doctor Strange.
Okay.
No, okay. Wong. How about Wong?
Wong.
No, let's do Doctor Strange. No. Brilliant idea.
Okay. The Avengers versus us.
Vision from WandaVision, where he's like a human man who still has his vision powers, but he's also generally like a dude sometimes in like a sitcom.
I've never heard a greater description of Vision in WandaVision. Vision, who's a human man, but he's got his powers, but he's also just a dude.
He's also just such an average Joe.
But he's such an average Joe.
I guess this wouldn't go well because he still has his powers, so he could still like obliterate us. But would he want to? Because
I'm pretty sure we'd lose.
He's
and we're. But I mean, he does kill people.
Does he?
See what he did. See what he did to freaking Cheadle. God knows what he'll do to us.
And he liked Cheadle.
And he's friends with Don Cheadle out here.
Okay, fine. All right, let's go off with two more. Let's do
okay,
two.
I got one that's actually decent.
Sorry, I just clicked onto the tab where I'd zoomed in on the Will Smith Hitch poster. Will Smith is Hitch. Sorry, go ahead.
Marky Moo Wahlberg in Uncharted.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Okay. Is that really the best you've got?
So, is that your point? Is that what you're bringing to the table? Okay.
Hear me out.
Okay.
He's elderly.
Okay.
He obviously he's a slightly buff man, but he also seems grossly incompetent. Like he doesn't do much actual fighting in the movie, if we're being honest. And the fighting he does do, he usually gets his ass kicked.
Yeah.
So I think he could beat one of us 1-on-1, but the two of us attacking him from behind, might be tough for him.
He doesn't he? He does get like hit by a bunch of stuff in the movie, and he just kind of like. I don't remember what the fuck happened in that movie. He does a lot of like sneaking, but he's not very. Like he gets beat up by someone in a restaurant at one point. I feel like we could do that.
Yeah.
Also, Marky Moo, I know he has enormous muscles, but those are, muscles don't win fights. I mean, he does look like a ridiculous balloon man. I'm just bringing it out there, but we do. I mean, yeah, muscles. He's gonna gas out very quickly with those muscles. We're lean muscle mass. We're excellently skilled fighters, cardio for days, and I think we'd outwork him. And again, he thinks he could out-trick us, but also his tricks are terrible, and I saw them coming from a mile away, and they only tricked Tom Holland. So,
exactly,
big win for us.
So, I think this is an above mid fight for us.
I would agree. I would have to agree. My last one is not one that I'm happy about, but it's just the one I've, for some reason, came to mind. Ryan Gosling in La La Land. So a jazz musician who's just trying to chase his dreams gets beat up outside of his jazz bar.
Okay, so this is outside of his now successful jazz bar.
Yeah,
I say
we beat him to death
battle,
with a piano?
Or we could beat him spiritually. Or we could break his spirit.
In a jazz battle?
I just you sound way too excited. Do I hear jazz battle?
Okay, yeah. Are you saying we break his hands?
We break his hands, or he can't play music anymore. Which, first of all, he won't be able to hit us with anymore.
That's
and I
true.
doubt he's very good with his legs. Like, he could tap dance a bit, but, like, come on.
That's true, that's true.
And then we just break his hands, and as he's on his knees, ready for us to deliver the final blow, we just whisper in his ear, "Have fun at your concert next week." And we leave.
That's so sadistic.
I know.
That's such dark psychological warfare. I love it. So
I mean, he's a fit man.
So
the Goose is a fit man.
We break him psychologically and more morally, is what you're saying. After he's achieved all his dreams in life, we rip them away.
We rip them away.
And we go, by the way, you should have ended up with Emma Stone.
By the way, Emma Stone came by tonight, and she's got a new hot piece of ass that isn't you.
So think about that, you piece of shit.
Sing me a song, Piano Man.
Why are we both just like in one ear each, whispering random threats?
It's just like a 10-minute monologue we're both having. Just a threat. He's just passed out. He's not hearing a single word of it.
He was going, sing me a song, Piano Man.
God, that is a bit of a singer line, after you've ruined the pianist's career.
All right, well, I'm sorry, Goose. That's a really dark one to end on. Again, all jokes. I hope the Goose ended up happy in that movie. Did he end up happy? I guess.
He ended up with his dream, but
also very lonely.
Dream, but also, incredibly lonely.
So there's that. So maybe we improve his life because in the hospital, when taking care of his broken hands, he meets a beautiful, beautiful nurse. Anyway, that's it for today for those. Great stuff. Part 5 in the books. It's now time for
the damn Cnews.
Now, we do have some breaking Tom Cnews, kind of not really at all, because during the recording of the last episode, so keep in mind, this was recorded on May 2nd, so this is not up to date or anything, but during the recording of the last episode, my girlfriend did send me a Twitter post, and she did write below it, Tom Cnews, ? Now, she did write Cnews, Canews. I appreciate the effort, but that is wrong. See me after class.
Get good, scrub.
No, I've recently introduced the Tom Cnews to her, so that's a huge honor that she's sending through.
That is very good. That's
some
weird but very delightful.
Cnews for the show, and it is in fact a tweet from Lady Gaga, where she said, "Thank you for." It's a picture of Hitch, where she says,
"No way related to Tom Cruise." So my girlfriend just sent me this possible Tom Cruise. It's Lady Gaga being afraid of Will Smith.
And it says, "Thank you for coming to the show last night. I love you, my friend, at Tom Cruise." And it's two pictures of her with Tom Cruise, and she's kissing his cheek in one picture, and he's kissing her cheek in one picture. Just a very delightful.
What cheek? Okay. Face cheek.
They're both mooning the camera, and he's kissing her cheek in one, and then she's kissing his cheek in one.
Thank you for coming, my friend. Both just bare asses to the camera.
So I guess wholesome. I guess Cruise went to a Lady Gaga concert. That's nice.
That should be like the ending of each Tom Cruise. Guess wholesome. Guess Cnews.
That's our new Cnews theme song. But yeah, and he looks pretty happy. He's looking a little nutty in this pic.
He looks pretty. He does look pretty happy.
So okay, cool Cnews. Now it's time for the announcements and such, which we're actually not going to be able to do this week because this is pre-recorded and I will be in Portugal. So there will be no announcements this week. We'll be back with a vengeance with the announcements next week. But regardless, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, drop a like. Hit the subscribe button if you're on YouTube, the Poorly Planned Podcast. Hit that bell button. Bell buttons. Let your friends know about the podcast. leave a comment down below on what you thought of
the amount every single time you say that, I always want to say it, and now you've just taken it away from me.
Leave a comment down below on what you thought of the episode and what we talked about. How do you think you would fare against these people, and how do you think we would fare realistically? Because we probably have a little bit of an inflated image of ourselves as fighters, considering we've never fought.
That's true.
You can also find us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, the Poorly Planned Podcast. There you can leave a 5-star rating, leave a nice review, hit that follow button. And you can find me on YouTube, BHL Hudson, Instagram, Twitter, BHL_Hudson. You can email the pod at bhlhudsonvids@gmail.com.
You can find me on Twitter at
at underscore. That's the whole handle.
At FDK. At FDK_adultsniper. You can find me on Instagram at Fidalgard, and you can find me on YouTube at FTK Space Gaming.
Thank you very much for listening, and we will see you next time.
Hitch.